which of the following is a quadratic function? So it's really useful to remember the form of a quadratic function, right? The form of a quadratic function is going to have some a value, that's a constant, it stands for some number, multiplied by x squared, okay, our variable, plus some coefficient b, that's again going to be some number, multiplied by then x, plus then some constant c. That last term has no x value to it. Now it turns out of all of these, this term is the most important for determining a quadratic function. All right. In other words, we got to have an x squared somewhere. All right. A cannot be 0 because otherwise that just goes bye-bye. So we got to have an x squared somewhere. All right. So we can kind of actually go through these choices quickly and let's see what has an x squared. You got to be careful because you got to make sure that it is simplified. Or maybe you might have to do some factoring or foiling. It kind of depends on the problem. But from right now, I'm going to do a quick analysis. And I noticed that this choice here has an x squared term in it. So that's looking good so far. This has no x squared term in it, and there's no way I can get an x squared term from any kind of mathematical manipulation, right? Same thing here. I have an x term. I do not have an x squared term. So that's probably out. It actually turns out that both of these are linear functions. And then at the last but not least, I actually do have an x squared on the bottom. All right, so right now I'm between the first and the second. However, the first one has an x to the 4th power. Ooh, no good. Quadratic functions only go up to x squared. You cannot actually have a higher power of x than 2. This turns out to be something known as a quartic function. Fun to say. Quartic. Quartic. You're becoming very sleepy. That got strange. So that kind of really leaves us with the process of elimination of this choice here. And if you notice, this actually follows the form of a quadratic function very, very nicely. It turns out that the coefficient of the x squared term is a 1. When you don't see something there, it is a 1. All right. The coefficient of the x term is a 1 as well. You can actually consider it a negative 1, actually. And then the c term is just going to be 4. So our answer here is going to be x squared minus x plus 4. Thanks so much for tuning in. And listen, we'd love to help you with more stuff. We got a whole website dedicated to practice and fun. And I'd love for you to check it out. It's called glazersguide.com. I'll see you soon. For more practice and for more fun, go to glazersguide.com.
And for more practice and for more fun, come on, go to glazersguide.com.